Hello everybody, I hope you've all had a good week. Friday beer time, as you might expect. Today I'm revisiting a beer that I first tried on camera a couple of months ago. Big Job from St Austell. Cornish double IPA. Now I have, again, forgotten that this is bottle conditioned. And it's been stored in the fridge on its side, so it's probably going to be filthy now when all the sediment churns up. If you remember the first time I had this, I wasn't massively impressed. I thought it was alright, but I thought that by focusing on getting the biggest hoppy flavour they could, it was a bit weak in other directions. What you wouldn't have seen was after that video, later the same evening, I had a second bottle. And by the time I finished the second bottle, I was thoroughly used to it. And having become used to it, I realised I rather like it. So it's 7.2% by volume. Bottle conditioned, Big Job. As you can see, it's quite pale, being an IPA. It smells very hoppy, and it's also got a very elderflowery edge to it. That is really rather nice. So first thing today, shout out for quite a new channel, LED8541. I was checking out Led's channel yesterday, and at that point he had fewer than 20 subs and 4 videos, and they're only short videos, but I think it's going to be a really good channel. So if you've got a couple of minutes, check out LED8541, and if you like what he's doing, give the fella some support. Cheers. And now to business. Box 12 of my collection. There's been quite a big gap in this series, and I just picked up doing them again a couple of weeks ago. They've been very popular. So bearing in mind you've probably seen most, if not all, of these knives before at one point or another, we'll crack on and have a look at box 12. Okay, so box 12 of my collection. I think we might struggle a bit with the lighting here, it's all a bit shiny. But let's crack on with a real star, the Northwoods 2-blade Madison Barlow. This was a birthday gift from Tim Blank J, and it is a real cracker. I think the handles are Kingwood, if not then they're Cocobolo. Half stops, nice gentle clip point, long nail pull, 1095 carbon steel, nice spear point. Fit and finish on this is absolutely flawless. A lovely, lovely knife. Then at the other end of my budget, a Rough Rider. Granddaddy Barlow. Oh, no, Big Daddy Barlow I think this one was. Excuse me. I did have to send the first one of these back because there was a lot of corrosion on the brass and it was lifting the scales. But Heine Haynes were really good about it. Sent me a replacement. Again, we've got a half stop. This will only be 440 steel, probably 440A. but we've got a big clip and a long swedge, white bone handles, very nice old style big knife, very good value for money. As you probably twigged by now, most of these are Barlows. This is an English one from A.J. Wright and Sons. Now this one cost about £40, and I've got very mixed feelings about this one. The buffalo horn scales, they've used extremely nice pieces of buffalo horn, but the fit and finish is a little bit lacking. Not flush there between the scales and the bolster, and there. Not as flush as it could be along the back. And as you saw, the back spring is very, very strong, considering the nail pull is quite close to the hinge end. You'd want a little bit more leverage, which of course isn't always practical with the clip point. That could have been an absolute cracker, but I think at £40 or thereabouts, it's just a little bit pricey given the quality issues. This one, however, this one was a gift from A to Z, I'm going to say. I'm really wary. I've had so many gifts of so many people. I really don't want to get mixed up and cause any offence. But this is a case, limited edition, handmade, 2-blade Barlow from, if I remember correctly, 1995. That's from memory, so I'm not guaranteeing that's completely correct, but it might be around there. So 2 blades, clip point, pen blade, both with half stops, lovely bone handles, brass pins, brass liners. That's a cracker. Back down to the budget end again, another Rough Rider, another 2-blade Barlow, very similar in size and chassis design to the case, but this is a Rough Rider, the Masonic Barlow, and it's basically just blue bone scales with the Mason's emblem set into the scale. Not as flush as it could be, if I'm honest, but other than that, the fit and finish on this one is really nice. Good smooth transitions, but no half stops. Pen blade, clip point, and there we've got In Search of More Light and the square and compasses emblem. And then another Rough Rider, basically the same as that, but in plain white bone. The fit and finish on this one is lovely. It's very flush on the back, nice smooth transitions, and again it's a standard smaller pen blade and larger clip point. 440C with the Rough Rider emblem on the bolster. I think that only cost £10 or £12. Absolute bargain. Another Rough Rider, and this one's a Granddaddy Barlow. Basically the same as the big white one, except we've got coloured and saw cut bone handle scales rather than the plain white of the other one. But again, we've got the big clip point with the long swedge, single blade. Fit and finish is a bit off on this one, on the ground, or insofar as it's bent like a banana. It curves like that, and you may not be able to see on camera, but there's a big gap between the brass and the scale there. and the blade centering is right off to this side because of that curve like that, which is a bit of a shame because it's a handsome knife. Not expensive, about £15. Going slightly back up the quality ladder, Boker Plus, a nice little jig bone Barlow with pen blade, clip point blade, and these are 440C on this one, and I like 440C. A lot of people don't, but for a general purpose pocket knife where you're not doing any specialist tasks, if it's heat treated properly, there's nothing wrong with it at all. People seem to forget that we managed quite well for a lot of years without any fancy modern steel. So that's a nice small Barlow. And then moving away from the Barlow theme, we've got a small lockback. This came from That's Pap's Knife 63. This is a Remington. It's a sports line series. I can't remember what the steel is. It says on the blade it's 440 stainless, made in China. Just a straightforward traditional lockback, hollow ground, brush finish blade and synthetic scales. Nice little knife, lovely shape, I like the swoop, quite thick stock for the size. Little Remington. And then we finish off with a Congress. Check the focus again. This is a Hen and Rooster 2-blade Congress. This was a gift from Klaus L. Muller. So we've got a small pen blade there, and hinged at the opposite end we've got a larger Warncliffe. And on the blade it says Hen and Rooster, world's finest cutlery. That of course is a matter for debate, but the Hen and Rooster knives I've got so far, the quality has all been excellent. This is a lovely, lovely little pocket knife. Blue acrylic scales with white and silver metal flake and cloudy effect infill. Really nice. I do like that one a lot. And of course UK legal. So that's box 12 in my collection. Hope you found that interesting. So there you have it. Some absolute stars in that box. And a couple almost but not quite. And bear in mind the absolute stars weren't just the expensive ones. A couple of those Rough Riders for £10 or £12. Really well worth a look. So thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time.